Hello and welcome in. This is Divination Rainbow. Today's reading is going to be a timeless energy reading for earth signs. So in the first pile here, we're going to have Taurus. Here we have Virgo. And here we have Capricorn. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate you being here. Go ahead and check in on your energy, and I would love to get started. So let's dive right in with Taurus. All right. Okay, so Taurus, you got the Earth's Heart as your alchemy card. And when I look at this card, the thing that I see first are those blossoming roses there at the very center. All right, symbolizing that new beginning, that beauty within. Okay. This card is also reminiscent of the cave archetype. And I see a lot of green energy here as well, representing your heart chakra. You can kind of see as it goes down in the layers, as it gets closer to the core or the heart of the earth, there's all kinds of treasures within as well. All right. So this is something kind of more reminiscent of those mysterious treasures that you have maybe within, something that maybe not everyone knows about. And this usually shows up for someone when there's something going on, something blossoming, something forming, something growing within you that you may or may not be aware of yet, but you need to spend a little bit more time and attention and give it a little bit more of your love and energy to that. So this could be a variety of different things for you, depending on what experience you're having in life right now. It could be a new romantic relationship, a new love, but it also could be a new way of being, just a new way of going about your daily life, a new way of showing up for your peers and your friends, a new way of treating your family members, something that you want to do in your community, or a way that you want to be of service to others. So there's a lot of different things that this could be. But no matter what it is, you're going to know what that thing is, and it's going to be something that's really big, something that makes a difference for not just yourself, but also for others, and something that requires your time, your energy, and your resources, your effort. But it's also an opportunity for you to learn and an opportunity for you to teach others. But always remember to listen, especially with that heart chakra energy. You see how it's kind of turning into the blue at the top there? Communication, okay? There's depth, but then there's also openness. Very beautiful. All right, so if that sounds like you right now, let's go ahead and check out some cards to get a little bit of a better look at your energy here. Need to move that up just a little. And I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I'm going to get 3 cards for you here for my Tauruses, my fellow Taurians. All right. 3 cards, please. All right. Very good. Let's take a look and see what we have here. So, yikes. This is your recent past. Something coming to an end, a cycle coming to a close. You may be feeling kind of tired. You may be at a point where you've seen some things and you're going through some stuff. You're still standing though, and you are still in your power, even though you maybe have recently been betrayed or gone through a painful ending. A cycle has definitely come to a close recently. Your current energy, though, is you are persistent. You're strong. You're determined. You have a fiery energy within. You may be relying heavily on connections that you have with others at this time to get you through. Okay. There may also be some communication that you're having with others, and that's kind of what's grounding you and holding you up, especially with all that fiery energy that you have within right now. But you are definitely resilient. You are definitely going to continue to move forward, and whatever this was is not holding you back in any way. You're pushing right ahead, not looking back at all. Whatever this was is kind of looking more at you in a woeful kind of way. Okay? And you're pushing ahead and carrying even further into pushing ahead. Okay? With the Two of Swords here. So there are possibilities and you may have options at this time. You're going to be faced with a choice. And you maybe have already started to realize that. And you may be starting to have those thoughts, especially if you are someone who is a little bit of an indecisive person. You may be starting to think to yourself already about what possibilities, what outcomes may come of this particular situation. And what you don't see is that something deeper, something more structured, okay? Potentially some knowledge, some wisdom. If this has to do with love or relationship, it could be a more traditional relationship or a stronger, higher level of commitment. And I love this too for you, Taurus, because this is the Taurus in the tarot. So I love that. What a beautiful synchronicity. And this bonsai tree, definitely, a bonsai tree is something that you have to tend to very carefully. There are strict rules for the way that you would take care of it in order to keep it in its delicate and petite state. But one thing I'm seeing here for you as a message definitely is to have courage as you stay grounded. Be open to absorbing that knowledge, right? What a beautiful synchronicity. And there is quite a bit of blue here for you as well. Definitely communication. Be open to receiving and giving communication at this time when it's needed. You'll know. All right? Perfect. That's really lovely. So if you've been keeping up with that so far and all of that is resonating for you, I'm going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you now. It's just going to be some guidance for you for the next couple of weeks looking ahead. Maybe some information that you need to know. All right. Yeah, practice freedom. So whatever that ending, whatever that loss, whatever that betrayal was that we saw in that first card out that we had in your 3-card spread, that recent loss. So whatever that 10 of Wands was, or no, sorry, it was a 10 of Swords. Whatever that 10 of Swords was that we saw here, release that. Release that. Okay, and whatever guilt or grief or judgment or residual feelings or energy that you have about that, work through that and come to a point of being able to comfortably gently let it go. That's what I'm hearing. And you know the way. All right. Trust yourself. Trust the gut feeling that you have. Trust that you're going to find what you're looking for. You kind of already see it off in the distance. Could be a home. Someone could be finding a new home. But there is stability here. And by practicing your freedom, you'll also be bringing in additional abundance, more abundance into your life. Find your haven, right? Someone definitely may be going to a new location You may be completely relocating, or you may be just beautifying your home. If you've been in the same place for a while, I can see someone right now doing a little bit of a seasonal refresh, and I love that for you. And there's a little bit of a portal here, and you can even see there's a castle here as well. So there is definitely, whether it is a community, a home, a place within, a deep inner place of calm where you're able to go within and listen to that inner voice. All right? It is there. You just have to tap into it. And it will bloom. It will blossom. It's already blossoming within. Oh, I love that. Okay. Let's finish up with some angel number guidance for you. These may be some number synchronicities that you've already been seeing, Taurus. Perseverance. Yeah, see? Told you. Maybe some things that we're already seeing here. So just further confirmation that you are pushing through right now. And you're doing that. And I love that, because that is the best thing you can do. It really is. We can't control everything that happens around us all the time. We really rarely can control many things, right? Change. But with that being said, we can persevere. And this is a positive change. Look at that beautiful transformation that's happening with that butterfly and all of that love. All of that love. And look at how the colors really match up with the colors here. Come on now. And what did I say about abundance? What did I say about abundance? Yeah. Okay. So by practicing freedom and allowing yourself to like release any like residual guilt, any negative feelings, limiting beliefs, anything that's going on, maybe like intrusive thoughts and things like that, finding ways to work through that and releasing that is what's going to bring about this transformation, and it's going to bring all of this abundance into your life. Truly, I love that. And I can see that this is something where you've been working on it a little bit already, because it's already blossoming. And anytime that I see these flowers together with pollinators like bees and butterflies and things like that, you're just going to be spreading that around. You're just going to be spreading around that abundance with your community. That's what I'm really seeing here. Well, that is what I'm getting for you today, Taurus. That is all super positive stuff. And I'm so happy, very grateful to be able to channel this through for you. And I thank you so much for taking the time out to stop by. Until the next time, please do take good care of yourself. All right, thank you so much. Welcome into all of my Virgos out there. So the alchemy card that you got for today's reading is the moon. And the moon always is going to represent mysteries, secrets, the mystical, a little bit of the unknown, right? So definitely there may be some secrets going on right now. And as I was cleaning up from the last reading and getting everything put back away and shuffled back in, I heard the song in my mind, the song that goes, "It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to take it or to make it out of sight," however it goes there. So maybe you have a secret crush, or maybe somebody has a secret crush on you. That's the first thing I would say. But definitely, it is definitely the mystery, okay? And it's also what illuminates the dark as well, okay? So definitely the moon is a time to kind of rest when you're in the dark. Kind of wait and listen. Wait for that moon to get full, nice and full, to shine a light on whatever it is, whatever that mystery is that you're seeking answers to. That's definitely what I'm seeing here for you, Virgo, all right? As I look a little bit deeper here too, I think about the stillness of night, and that can kind of be like a liminal time. So you might be in a liminal space right now as well. But trusting your intuition and being open to receive guidance from your guides. Oh my gosh, yeah, someone has a secret crush, because I'm hearing that song, Only Told the Moon. We only told the moon at night up on the roof. Camilla Cabello, or yeah, that's what I'm hearing. All right, secret crush, work it out. We're going to figure it out. All right. So if all of that sounds like you right now, Virgo, I'm just getting 3 cards to check in on your energy, recent past, present, and near future, soon to be. Looks like we maybe got more than 3. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes that happens. That's okay. That's meant to be for you. There's definitely a message here that you are meant to hear if you're still here with me. Wow, okay. Let's get into this. I always put these two together like this, but let me just take a look. All right. That's good though. Okay, this is interesting. I see what's happening here for some folks. Already I'm seeing something, a situation coming in. So definitely recently in the past, there is a little bit of feeling like this is too much. I'm stuck in a loop, I'm stuck in a cycle, and I think I'm carrying way too much. And I definitely need a break. All right. It's starting to get hot, and I'm also feeling a little bit stressed out. Presently, the energy is much lighter, much calmer. There's been a lot of communication. There's a deep feeling of love or trust going on here, whether that is self love or you found a new passion in your life, something that you're curious about. And you either have been talking a lot about or you really want to talk to somebody about these ideas and these feelings and these thoughts that you're having. You also may be coming into a time of abundance. You maybe recently got promoted at work, or you have closed on a contract or a deal that has brought some money in. You're feeling like you can kind of loosen up a little bit on the purse strings. You also maybe could be in a time where you're feeling a little bit more secure in your home environment, more secure in your daily routines. So, whatever that energy was that was causing you to feel a little bit stressed out and a little bit like you were carrying too much, there was too much burden, that is definitely being lifted here with this new energy that you're presently in. And what's soon to come, I'm seeing just a little bit of an upheaval. We need to maybe wait a little bit longer for a manifestation that you have coming in. There's a little bit more learning that needs to be done, and maybe taking a look at things through a new lens or a new perspective. It may be feeling like a little bit of an upheaval because I see someone maybe who has been waiting for a while for something to come in. But I also see that you are on a journey where there has been cycles. And at that time, you know that this cycle is getting ready to come to a close. You can feel that within. So you're kind of wondering like why hasn't this manifestation come in yet? But at the same time, it's like you're right there in the 11th hour, right? Like is this all in my head? It's not. Okay? It's not. You just have a little bit more to learn on the journey before you get that. All right, my Virgos. Very nice. So, if that sounds like you so far, I'll put this up here. And I'm just going to get some oracle cards now, just a little bit of guidance for you the next couple of weeks ahead. Stay present. Yeah, don't focus too much on things that haven't happened yet. Be aware and taking in your surroundings, especially so that you can be able to learn. Yeah, and we talked about that liminal time that you may be in. You may be already going inward. Oh, yeah. But see, that manifestation is coming for you. We see the promise there with the rainbow. All right. Lots of friendship, happy energy going on here, transformation, bells are ringing. Okay. This is something really fantastic coming in, but there's just another lesson to be learned first. And that aha moment is going to come with that lightning bolt striking in the middle of the woods, the birds flying around. That aha moment is going to come and it's going to light a spark, but before we get there, we just have a little bit more something to learn yet. And it may seem like an oddity. You may feel a little bit out of place, for sure. But the transformation is happening. The most important thing is to be able to stay present with yourself and not to get swept up in the thoughts that maybe can sometimes become like repeating that, especially I'm thinking of a situation where it's like this hasn't happened yet, but there's a million different scenarios going on. And those are not reality, right? What's real is the present. And in those times, it can definitely be helpful to take a deep breath to center yourself. Maybe find a sound or a type of activity that is easily done that you can do to bring yourself back into center. Sometimes just being aware of the things that you can see and touch and feel is really helpful for a lot of people. But when this comes, you're going to be ready because you're going to have learned the lessons that you need to learn to be able to say yes and move forward, to start a new journey, to close out that old cycle. And maybe what you need to learn is how to be open, how to be more open to receive those types of things. We're going to get some angel number guidance now. This is going to be maybe some synchronicities that you've already been seeing as far as the numbers go, or whatever energy this card that you're seeing is going to carry for you. I told you someone had a secret crush. We got the twin flame card, you guys, and bonds. Someone has a secret crush. It's going to be okay. They're going to come forward. You're going to come forward, whichever way around it ends up going. I'm not here to influence your decisions, but it's gonna be okay with that secret crush with your twin flame, okay? Stability. Oh, I love to see it. All right. Stability. And that's really beautiful, especially because we saw that there was maybe a little bit of an upheaval, maybe a little bit of feeling like, what is going on right now? Because this isn't happening yet. It's going to be okay. Let this be your confirmation. You're here for a reason, right? And that is to hear this message. This is happening for you, but you just need to remain present. And maybe you've been spending a lot of time in your thoughts. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time, kind of out there thinking about things. And then it's kind of preventing you from being able to see or to learn the things that you need to learn presently to be able to close this loop and bring this together, these two hearts coming together, and how this one really kind of fills this one in beautifully, right? And stability, number 44. This could also, I see this and I think of a princess cut diamond. I love it. What a beautiful message for you, Virgos. Well, I hope that was helpful to you in some way. And if you enjoyed it at all, I am ever so grateful. Thank you so much for taking the time out with me. And until the next one, please do take good care. Hello, and welcome into all of my Capricorns. The alchemy card that you got for today's reading is the rotation card. So this is actually one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. I love spiders. That's actually like my spirit animal is the spider. And this is just a beautiful depiction here of what happens when you do the same thing over and over and over and over again, right? It shows the spider basically doing work for sure, something that can be very beautiful and intricate, but at the same time, something that every time you complete it, every time you complete a rotation, it is the same, like a wheel. All right. But also that represents cycles and potentially cycles that have become so routine that it is monotonous. It can be a time of frustration. It can be a time when you are kind of trying to figure things out. What is going on here? There's so many different things. But at the same time, it is a cumulative effort. So you're building the blocks and it's never done because once a spider has a web, catches flies or, whatever is unfortunate enough to get stuck in there, eventually it's going to start the whole process all over again, the cycle. And that's why we're seeing the spiral here, but also the spider imagery. And it's just going to keep going and going and going and going. Even if you think you have it figured out, if you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, that's the definition of insanity. That's what they say, right? But at the same time, it's a very important thing to do for growth. So let's figure out what the cycle is that you've been going through, Capricorn. I'd love to know. Let's take a look. We're going to get 3 cards for you. If this sounds like you so far, this is going to be taking a look at your recent energy, your present energy, and your soon-to-be. All right. I love that for you. 3 of Wands. You might be going through an upheaval right now, though, with the Tower in the center. Something's changing, and that's okay. Something's changing, and that's quite all right. All right. So let's break this down. All right. So the first card that you got was the 3 of Wands. And that is somebody who is making a choice. That is somebody closing a distance. That is somebody making progress in life. You maybe recently just had a promotion at work, or maybe you just secured a little bit of a title to your relationship, I'm hearing for someone. You could have also just bought a home. This is going to be an accomplishment. Doesn't have to be anything huge though. You maybe are just making small steps every day to be a better person, and that in itself is an accomplishment. But you're feeling really proud, and you're feeling very bold, as you should. So that was your recent energy. Right now, though, there's a little bit of something going on. Changes are happening. It could be a really big surprise. It may be good, it may be bad. But whatever it is, it's definitely carrying a lot of energy that is making you go through a transformation, potentially breaking down maybe of these old cycles. And I'm seeing a lot of how there's a lot of yellow energy here. It's like the predominant color mostly of this rainbow. Yellow here in the center, and this like off yellow color here. So maybe it's like something that's causing you to have to be a little bit more brave, have a little bit more strength and courage during this time. And that could be part of the growth that you're having as well, that's helping you to make a change. What's soon to come for you is success, joy, and abundance. You're going to be in your era of blossoming. You're going to be in an era of more open mindedness, lavishness, luxury, people taking you in, beholding you for all that you are in your glory. All right. And don't be modest about it at that time, because everyone deserves their flowers every once in a while, I'm hearing. All right. And what you don't see is stability, harmony, happiness, amazing things coming on the horizon. If this accomplishment was like a relationship thing, excuse me, my throat chakra, if this was a relationship thing, this could be a really, really long-term stable relationship and connection that you are cultivating right now, and you may not see that at this time. This also could just be an immense balance and harmony that you are bringing into your life that is going to allow for a sense of fulfillment, purpose, home. Beautiful. I love that. Okay. Let me grab that for you, actually. We have that 4 of Wands. Let's put this here. And I love how you're actually the only pile that kind of got a little bit of all the colors of the rainbow. You've got the blues, you've got the purples. The only thing that's kind of missing here is a little bit of that orange. But I suppose this is kind of like a red-orange, right? It's good for you, Capricorn. I love to see it. Now, these oracle cards are intended to just be some guidance for you moving forward, probably for like the next couple of weeks, okay? And those came right out. Let go of the past, because you are going to envision a new story. We were just talking about breaking cycles, and I said, oh, you got all the colors of the rainbow. This one's such a beautiful message, telling you to write a letter to your inner child. And I think that's so important sometimes, to just do that nurturing of yourself. Even if you maybe don't necessarily write a letter, just taking time out to think about your accomplishments, to think about everything that you've gone through so far, and all of the not road marks, what am I trying to say? Roadblocks that you've overcome, and the milestones on your journey that you have, okay? It's okay to let things go that are no longer serving you, and there's no reason why you should feel guilty or that you have to explain that if that's something that's going on. But also, don't be afraid to take a look at yourself and maybe see if there are some habits that are no longer serving you, communities or energies that you engage with that are no longer the best use of your time or your energetic currency. But by treating yourself with more kindness and compassion, you are going to be able to also cultivate that strength and have that happiness that we saw with the sun. There is a beautiful sun in this card as well. All right. That's what's going to bring about this joy and abundance, is just by being more truthful and kind and compassionate to yourself, and kind of maybe even looking back over some of the things that you've accomplished. And there's nothing wrong with just getting lost in the moment, staying present. Changes are happening all around you, but being courageous, being open-hearted, open-minded, and remaining vigilant on your path that you have set on for yourself. You know what it is that you're working on, and you know what is going to bring in this stability and this harmony for you. Okay? And this to me even looks like mushrooms here. And we have the mushrooms here as well, which mushrooms grow in the dark mostly. So you may have been working on some things right now that aren't even fully realized, but be kind to yourself, because a lot of the work that you're putting in on the back end is going to make you more successful when this project launches, or when this thing that you've been working on is available and visible to others. 414 might be also synchronicity for you. It's a number of stability, new beginning. And get some angel numbers out for you here. See what we got. Harmony, synergy, authenticity, and abundance. Yeah, so just staying true to yourself. And in the moment when the energy feels right, if you are present, you will be able to sense that, and you're going to know, I just heard strike while the iron is hot. Because success and joy and abundance is inevitable if you remain positive and you continue to do the work. You've already recently had an upheaval, all right, that's maybe causing you to break some cycles and have some changes, but harmony and stability are coming back in for you. And it may be coming, I'm seeing, in the springtime, in April. All right. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. Very nice. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate you taking the time out, and I hope that you got something from this reading today. If you happen to have watched the entire video all the way through, I deeply appreciate it. It really helps me so much, and I absolutely love that you took the time to do that. So thank you. All right. Until next time, I hope that you do take good care of yourself. Bye for now.